You know, we gotta talk about the losing team because Joe Burrow and them boys 0-3. 0-3? Now, AJ, most teams go 0-3. You like panic, panic, panic. Now they got a history of going 0-2. But this is 0-3. Jamar Chase said in his interview, I'm not used to this. We never been here before. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Is it panic time in Cincinnati?
First thing I want to say is this. I know a lot of people not gonna like me saying this because
Uh-oh.
of how I view Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase should be quiet. I think he should be quiet, bro. That's my first take. I think he should be quiet. He went from I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say Patrick Mahomes. I ain't gonna say that. Joe Burrow best in the league. I'm not gonna say it. To we the best team in the NFC or the AFC. We the team to beat. We the team to beat. To I know I'm the best receiver in the league. I know I'm the best receiver in the league. All of that talking to not have a single victory on your resume this year. And now you're 0-3. I'm not used to this. I bet you're not, bro. You held out for a portion of time this offseason. T. Higgins coming into the season with an injury. Joe Burrow, even though he came into the season healthy, supposedly was coming off of a bad wrist injury that we never seen before. We ain't seen this injury before. So we don't know exactly how he's going to look right away. Yeah, here you go, missing camp. Ain't even time to get paid. Not even really time to get paid. But here you go, missing camp, trying to get paid. What'd you expect? Is my question for Jamar Chase. Well, I'm not sure what he expected, right? And so it's weird for me because in a way, yes, we have seen them go through similar things like this before. But I'm going to say it's time to sound the alarm because things don't get much easier for them. They're in a division right now with Pittsburgh who running away with it on the low. It's low key because there's not a lot of people talking about it. It's not a lot of people that's going to jump on that bandwagon. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon myself, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that these boys is 3-0 and they got the number one defense in the league. Number one in football right now. They can slow down some of everybody. Now, they ain't played no high-powered offense like that, in my opinion, and we'll get to that maybe later down the line. But so far, that defense has been dominant. You know, Fields on the opposite end, we're going to get to them in a second. But all I'm saying is, you know, I'm looking down their schedule. They still got to play Baltimore. They still got to play Cleveland, who division rival, even though I'm not a believer in Cleveland, you still got to worry about the division. You still got to worry about Philly. You know, you still got Dallas later on. I think Dallas will be better as the season progresses. Think right now, you know, similar situation. CD didn't play in the offseason or didn't, you know, come to camp. All of that stuff going on. Dak was waiting to get paid. Didn't hold out, but you know, the mental thing there. You know, I think they'll get better as the season progresses. And that game is in Dallas. Like, you got some murky waters ahead. And so while I think it's possible, don't get me wrong, I think it's possible they can right the ship. They could get it together. They can make the playoffs, and all that is cool. But I think they better start stringing together some wins now. Now, I think next week they got the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. They got the Panthers next week. Should be an easy win, even though what they call him, Red Rifle, even though he just went crazy last week. You know, Red Robin, whatever the nickname is for Andy Dalton. Red Rocket. Red Rocket just went crazy last week. So, you know, you might have to worry about that to touch with this defense looking like how like you said, the Commanders ain't punt the ball one time. So you might have to worry about the Rocket just a little bit, but I think you should beat them. But then you got to jump right into a division matchup against the Ravens, who also have a tough schedule coming up and is going to be desperate for some wins, bro. So I'm sounding the alarm because I'm at the point with them where I'm starting to doubt that even though it's possible for them and we've seen this, I'm starting to doubt that they can right this ship. That offense can't play no better than what they just played like, bro. Burrow was sensational last night. Chase was sensational last night. Could have got consecutive ball a little bit more, but I still won a fantasy matchup. It's cool. But I'm having doubts that they can take this thing over and win their division and potentially make the playoffs and make a run. So I'm saying it's time to sound the alarm in Cincinnati. And I'm also saying their best offensive player, debatably, needs to take a better leadership role and stop talking as much. Because quite frankly, y'all are not the team in the beat in the AFC. You're not the best receiver in the in the league. Like, everything you said was a lie. It was a lie. Like, it's not the truth. So I think it's time to panic, bro.
I mean, everything he said wasn't a lie. I mean, he did say last night Jayden Daniels is an effing great player. That ain't a lie. He said that. All right, but I want to bring that up. Now look.
It's unproven. Good start though. Good start though.
So look. Nah, I'm not gonna press the panic button yet. I'm not gonna press it yet. I know it's 0-3. All right, third straight year the Bengals started 0-2, but they never been 0-3. Like I said, obviously 2 years ago they went 0-2, went to the AFC Championship game, almost went to the Super Bowl. If it won for a late hit. All right. Last year they went 0-2, and then they went 5-2 either going 0-2. Then Joe Burrow gets hurt in the Ravens game. This year, look at the situation. They play the Patriots. I mean, I even picked the Patriots to win that game. If you go check the pick'ems, I picked the Patriots to win that game. So, because they always start slow. I mean, you had, like you said, you had a T. Higgins, not just injury, he was franchise tag. He didn't play the first two games. Jamar Chase drama. So, they just weren't ready. You know, and then you can see that in the offense against the Patriots, against the Chiefs. They could have won that game, but it was a dumb call. So, it's not, they were in that game. And then yesterday, they just ran into the now. I mean, I can't, what you do about it? I mean, it's not like we did score on 17 straight possessions dating back to the Buccaneers game. So I'm not going to kill them for that. Now, there's a good things about the situation. No good thing about the situation, but here's the bright side. Like you said, the offense got off. The offense looked good. They had 436 yards. Chase had 2 touchdowns. That was the question. Jamar Chase, he's not on right now. He's a little off right now. But against us, he got off. So they got their rhythm back. T. Higgins also played good, you know? And then they only been 4 teams since 1990 to make the playoffs, and I think they could be one of them. You look at the AFC, right? Why are they out of it? Outside of the division winners, there are only 2 teams in the AFC that got 2 wins. Everybody else got 1 or less. So they're not far out. And the 2 teams that got 2 wins are the Jets and the injured Justin Herbert Chargers. Don't forget, Justin Herbert has got hurt. He's wearing a walking boot right now, by the way. So the Bengals aren't out of it. They are 0-3, but they're not 3 games out of everybody. Just like I said, they got the Panthers. They just need to see 1 to win. They got the Panthers. Now, the Panthers did go off on the Raiders. That was a tricky game for the Raiders because, you know, you've been watching Bryce Young all year, and then Andy Dalton just steps into the role. How you going to prepare for that? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I give up, you know, for real though. Like you.
My bad. I was muted. I didn't realize you said on the who?
The Raiders, huh?
No,
it's funny when you brought up the Red Rocky. I'm like, he ain't gonna miss the Raiders.
I did think too. I should have. You know,
so I did it for you. You know what I mean? So
okay.
That's that. Oh my goodness.
Hey, we got the kids. We got the kids coming in. Y'all know how it is, man. We gonna get back to the regularly scheduled program in a hot second. There we go.
You know, golly. I mean, next year y'all ain't trying to interrupt my whole speech. Anyways. So yeah, they could bounce back because there's not too many ladders they gotta climb to get in the playoff race. If they literally go on a 3-game win streak, which they are used to doing, they can be back in the playoff race. So I'm not gonna hit the panic button now. Now, if they lose to the Panthers, now we gotta throw in the towel. It's a wrap. They're not making the playoffs. But I still believe the Bengals will make the playoffs. I ain't the panic button.
This is my problem, bro. I'm looking at the schedule, and this is just my guess. Now, granted, I'm 24-23 in pick'em, so I'm not 100% accurate. But this is just my estimation. They 0-3 right now. I think they got 5 more losses loaded on this schedule. If they lose 5 more games, they definitely not, in my opinion, winning the division, which means they'd have to eke into the playoffs as a potential 6 or 7 seed. Maybe you can say we not sounding an alarm as far as them making the playoffs. But as far as them winning the division and making a run, absolutely. I know they play decent on the road in the playoffs. I know they have a history of playing well on the road in playoffs, and you can't completely count them out. But I got them splitting with the Ravens. I got them splitting with everybody in their division. I think everybody in their division gets a win off of them. I got them losing in Dallas. I got them losing to Philly. Now, I could be off. I could definitely be off. But with them losses loading up, if they end up and this is the thing about the NFL, you'd always end up dropping some random game you don't expect. They didn't expect to drop that game to the Commanders. Most people didn't. I know you expected it, but
I didn't know. But go ahead.
I mean, most people didn't. So if you got those 5 losses against really good teams coming up or division rivals coming up, then who's to say you might not drop a game to your Raiders? Who's to say you might not drop a game to Herbert if he's healthy in the Chargers? Who's to say you might not drop a game one time to the Broncos randomly? Like, it's the NFL. And you got to also account for injuries because that happens all the time in sport. We seeing it this year. It feel like it's a spike in injuries. I don't have the stats behind that, but oh my gosh, it seems like everybody getting hurt. Yeah. So you also got to kind of think about that too. When you play from behind, you don't give yourself no cushion. They got no cushion for real. The only thing that helps them, like you said, is the Ravens are 1-2, but they getting ready to see the Ravens real soon. And I still got the Ravens reaching the heights that I predicted they was gonna reach. Now we got questions about them too. Not gonna lie, because my goodness, what we doing? What we doing in Baltimore? Chris, Carl, where we at with it? Todd, where we at with it? But so talk to me, please. Make it look crazy, please talk to me. But at the end of the day, man, I'm at the point where they can't keep playing with fire and expect to bail themselves out every year. And they don't do it every year. They do it sometimes, and then one injury. Joe Burrow gets hurt right in the midst of the comeback. When they think they're finna make a run, Joe Burrow risks injury. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It's the NFL. You can't play with fire like that. So I think this given season, I think they playing with fire a little bit too much. And I think it's gonna bite them this year. I really do. And I didn't expect that coming into this year, but that loss last night gonna haunt them, bro. That loss last night is gonna come back to bite them for sure. For sure.
Yeah. See. Okay. That's what I'm gonna say right here. Like, if we saying like, okay, they gotta have more urgency. They 0-3, but I'm not gonna say they done. Cause look at this. Like last year, all right. When you look at the schedule, just like you said, the easy games, they could win all the tough games. When I look at last year's schedule, right? Because I kind of figured he's gonna go to the schedule, so I was kind of prepared for this moment. You know, they lost to the Browns, got killed 24-3. They lost to the Ravens 27-24, right? Then they beat the Rams, lose to the Titans. I remember they lost to the Titans 27-3. We was like, what? Mm-hmm. And what they do? They beat the Cardinals, they beat the Seahawks, they beat the 49ers, they beat Buffalo, and then Joe Burrow gets hurt in the Ravens game. So they beat two good teams back to back, the 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. But at the same time, lost to the Tennessee Titans. So the Bengals are that team. When they turned it on, they turned it on. So they just need to see one shot go in. You a shooter, you know how it is. You shooting, you know what I mean? You're not making, you 0 from 8. What's going on? Why ain't my shot? The ninth one go in, you hit like 5, 6, 7 in a row. It just feels better. Fair. So that's how the Bengals are. That's why now, if they go 0-4, AJ, it's a wrap.
It's over.
We're talking about Joe Burrow. We just saw the offense go crazy. Don't forget, just like you said, Jayden Daniels rookie year. What your boy said, a college offense, every game we are slowly adding more stuff, slowly opening up the offense. That deep shot to Terry, they weren't expecting that because we haven't done that all year. So I could say we hit them off guard. They weren't expecting that. They weren't expecting us to trust them as much as we did. Because they were playing they were already playing to our run game. Brian Robinson couldn't get nothing going. You know what I mean? So, but the pass was there, and we took advantage. So I'm not going to write them off yet. Especially how they should have beaten the Chiefs.
That's true. That's very true. We shall see. We shall see. I think if you play with fire enough, you're going to get burned. The hand a little too close to the oven too often. Every now and then the parent get there quick enough. Hey, move your hand. Hey, move your hand. Hey, move your hand. But one of these days, that hand is just going to just slip one day. And your parent ain't going to be there to save you. And it's going to be a fat, whatever degree burn on your hand that now you got to go see the doctor, not a kid crying. And I just feel like that was them last year, and they doing it again this year. So that's how I see it.